Meet the Barry family. Joseph Barry, 65, owner of Barry's Public House, Main Street, Maynooth. His wife, Bridget Barry, 45. Bridget's son, Sean, 25, and her daughter, Mary, 23. And their joint children, Tomás, 19, and Mal, 10. It's 1920. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Now!
Fractured. A family, a nation, a dream. May 1920.
String 'em up, so I would. It's not enough destroying buildings, they've to destroy livelihoods. Tomás, get up! There's a window needs fixing. Wasn't it fine for him snoring away?
Good morning, Mammy.
Are you only coming in from last night, Sean?
Not at all. I was up at the crack of dawn.
Oh, and you didn't think to sweep up this glass or pick up a few chairs?
It was just, I heard all the commotion last night and wanted to see what had happened. That was a fair bang, eh?
A fair bang. And them that did it should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, the way I heard it, they had no choice.
Of course they had a choice. Blowing up buildings in the middle of the night.
It'd be all right with you if the RIC took over the town hall as a barracks, would it?
The RIC are Irishmen too. It's them tans you want to be watching out for.
There's a lot of people says the RIC are traitors.
There's a lot of people talks a lot of rubbish. You know, if your father was still alive,
I'll put this glass outside, Mammy. All right.
What happened to you last night?
Shh, will ya? Pat needed to get rid of the guns. And sure once...
Hello? Hello? I thought I heard voices. Have you seen the Main Street boys? I got up early especially to look at the destruction.
Oh, no. Mr. O'Sullivan is not that bad, surely.
You cheeky whelp. I'm talking about the town hall. A hole blown through the size of a camel and enough smoke coming out of it for 10 volcanoes. Is your mother inside?
She is.
Bridget!
Go on, so?
Pat needed to get rid of the guns, but sure, once the explosion went off, everybody scarpered.
We were told to run.
Yeah, not that soon. Me and Pat turned around, and all the lookouts were gone.
I'm sorry.
We had to lug the guns and explosives up under our jackets, and not a lad on the road between here and Leixlip to help.
Christ.
A lorry of tans went by at one point and over into the ditch with us. I'm telling you, one of them guns went somewhere it shouldn't. I'm still walking funny.
Stop.
I thought I'd need Dr. Grogan to help me out.
Ah, stop, will you?
Anyway, I spent the night in a safe house in Leixlip. Came back this morning.
Did Mammy catch you?
Tomás!
I told her I was up and out early.
And she believed it?
I suppose.
Tomás!
Coming! She'd never got over it, I'm thinking. You know, if something were to happen.
She's as tough as Mick Collins.
Still and all.
Still and all, it was a great blast, wasn't it?
Oh, my ears are still ringing.
Dong!
And the way the stones flew all down the street, I wasn't expecting that.
And right through Lynch's shop window.
Destroying everything in the place.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer chap.
Still and all. Mammy's not.
I know, alright.
Tomás! There's a customer needs serving. And Sean, get in here and help me clear up.
I'm coming.
The story I heard is that one man had his head blown clean off. And, double my usual ham there, Tomás, please. I was just telling your mother. They say 4 people were killed last night.
Oh, that's a fine waste, dropping that ham.
Sorry, Mrs. O'Sullivan.
That's grand. A bit of dirt'll do no harm. I should be dead long ago, God knows. Wrap that up there now. I was just saying to your mother that the story I heard is that one man had his head blown clean off, shot off his shoulders up into the air like a firework, and then landed and rolled along the street, and Mossy Kinsella kicked it, thinking for all the world it was a rugby ball. Then there was another lad, right?
No
And
one
he-
was killed last night, Mrs. O'Sullivan.
There was, Sean, I heard.
Sure, the town hall and the courthouse would have been unoccupied that time of the morning. The streets deserted. How would anyone be dead?
That's true.
But I heard that there were...
You must have heard wrong.
So no one died?
It's very unlikely.
Right, so the building was just blown up.
Isn't that enough?
It's just that with all the things happening round the country, we have nothing happening here. My letters to my sister in Cork are very boring, so they are. Down there, sure, they're being murdered left, right and centre.
Are you disappointed no one died?
Indeed, and I'm not. That's a fierce accusation to make.
Because it sounded for a minute there like you were.
I'm glad no one died. Taking a life is a mortal sin.
I would have thought being the best looking woman in Kildare was a mortal sin.
Oh, you're fierce, so you are. And I am not, so I'm not. I'm not, haven't I not?
Oh, you're not far off it, is she, Sean?
I thought you only had eyes for Lizzie O'Neill.
Shut up.
Oh, she's a fine girl, is Lizzie.
I wouldn't know.
It's not from the want of trying, though.
Oh, shut up, I said.
Tomas. Honestly, Mrs. O'Sullivan, you know how to get my boys riled up and no mistake.
Sure, don't I remember feeding them and changing them? Tomas there had the shittiest arse there ever was.
Yeah, remember that when you're eating your ham.
I will. And I suppose you'll all be wondering why I'm wanting the extra ham. It's because I'm having a new lodger next week.
You're finally getting rid of Mr. O'Sullivan, then?
Go way out of that. The best man that ever lived he is. No. Me and Mr. O'Sullivan, we're getting a nurse child. I know what you're thinking, and sure, I was the same myself, but then Mr. O'Sullivan said to me that many a boy he met came from the workhouse, and that some of them were the hardest working people you could imagine.
And some of them would rob you blind. You'd want to take care there, Mrs. O'Sullivan.
'Tis only a little lad I'm getting. 5 or thereabouts. He'll be grand.
And his beginnings.
I didn't ask. Better off not knowing, we thought.
Mrs. O'Sullivan.
What odds? He's a little boy. And you know, Mrs. Barry, how me and Mr. O'Sullivan would have loved a little lad. And what with them closing the workhouses? And
You keep feeding him ham. He'll love you, so he will.
I hope so, Tomas. What do you think, Mrs. Barry?
I think he's a very lucky boy.
He will be. Anyway, I'll be off. You tell your little Mull to come and play with my new little lad. She'll be welcome. Bye.
Bye, Breed. Tomas, make a start on those tables and pick up
Hello,
the chair.
Mrs. Barry. I wonder could I leave some leaflets here on behalf of my election candidate, Donald O'Buchala.
You can, Mr. Dooley. But there's no guarantee I won't throw them out.
Mammy, you can leave them, Mr. Dooley.
Thank you, Sean. As you know, Mr. O'Buchala is very active in local politics, having been elected to the first Dáil in 19...
We do know. And as you know, my friend Mrs. O'Sullivan's husband is also going up for the elections. And he's the one
not,
that I...
Mammy.
He is.
No, Mr. O'Sullivan told me that poor Breed, Mrs. O'Sullivan, begged him not to. She's afraid he'll get his head blown off, like that lad in Cork.
Marvellous thinking. Donald's wife died there last year, so she's free of all that worrying.
I'm sure that was a relief to her on her deathbed.
I never know whether you're joking me or riling me, Mrs. Barry. Anyway, keep Donald O'Buchala in mind when you go to the polls next month, eh?
Be hard to forget him. Seeing as it's his lot blew up the courthouse last night.
I know. Is himself within?
He is. Had a skinful too much last night. Slept clean through the explosion.
He always was the soundest sleeper, mind you. I'll go in and wake him for you, will I?
Aye. Tell him we've run out of drink. That'll get him up.
Oh, you're an awful woman, and no mistake. Joseph! Joseph!
I'm going out to see if anyone needs a hand. Sean, keep an ear out for Moll if she wakes, and get Mary out of that bed. Tomas, pick up those chairs and polish those tables.
Right.
Mary! Mary! Up!
Oh, don't go annoying her, Sean. Jesus. Oh, what's up, O'Reilly?
I'm looking for Sean.
Get out of my room, Sean Barry. Get out.
Oh, he'll be down in a minute. Can I...
No. Oh, wait.
Well, Mammy says you have to move your lazy arse out of the bed and come down and help
I'll tell you use that word in front of Moll.
What? Lazy.
Jeez, that's some sister you got there, Sean.
How are you? Good night last night, eh?
It was indeed. Come on with me. Best to leave out the back way.
Can I come?
No.
Feckers.
Stick 'em up, you bloody Irish. Oh, your face. Sorry.
You witch.
Sorry.
Jesus, you put the heart crossways in me.
You must have something to hide, so.
No.
You don't have anything to hide. Do you, Tomas?
No.
Because it's all very well digging ditches and trenches, but blowing things up and actually...
Don't be concerning yourself.
Tomas, have you not done those tables yet? Mary, here's 2 loaves. I want you to butter up some sandwiches. There's a good girl.
Now.
No, next year. Yes, now.
But I'm going to Dublin with Sissy. We're off work today and we're getting the train in and it's
Yeah,
all...
and there's poor unfortunates whose windows were blown out last night and having to bite to eat between them. Sandwiches, please. Joseph!
I hate her sometimes.
She's only trying to help.
Why is it you always stick up for her and yet...
I'm only saying she's just trying to help.
I'm not meeting Sissy.
No?
Nope.
Who are you meeting, so?
A friend.
As in...
A boy.
You kept.
It's our first proper meeting and now she's gone and spoiled it.
Ask him to come and help with the sandwiches.
Don't be ridiculous.
Ah, you'll just have to keep him dangling, so...
Will you make the sandwiches for me? Please, Tomas.
No. What would I be making sandwiches for? That's for women. No.
I'll tell Lizzie O'Neill you're a great chap, so I will, if you do this for me.
And why would I want you to do the likes of that?
Oh, you're soft on her, we all know it.
I am not. And even if I was, I wouldn't want my sister interfering.
Please, Tomas. I'll do your shift later on tonight. I'm not working today and I'll do your shift and I'll love you forever and I'll tell everyone you're my favourite brother, so I will, and I'll give you a hug and a big...
Get off. All right, so. But be back by 6 because that's my shift.
I will. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Righto, I'll be off. Thanks for the lend of the book, Joseph. See you at the rally next week.
Is that fella not gone yet?
Ignore her. I'll see you there, Paddy.
Morning, Daddy. I'm just getting my cap for work.
You didn't come back last night.
I did. Sure, I went...
You'd want to be careful. Do you hear me?
I thought you'd be proud.
I'm worried, is what I am.
No need.
Pour me a drink there. I could do with one to start the day. And sure, one for yourself. Your mother can't be pleased.
I'm not sure she knows yet.
'Tis only a matter of time.
I can face the tans all right. I'm just not sure about Mammy.
Take care of each other, you and Tomas. Won't you?
You know we will, Daddy.
And I am proud of you, son. But never do anything that you might regret later. Do you hear me?
Yes, Daddy.
Then all I can say is, to Ireland.
Sláinte.
Fractured is a Down at Heel production, made possible by a Creative Ireland grant through Kildare County Council. All episodes were written by Joe Bergen, Brendan Farrell, Claire Joyce and Martina Riley. Sound engineer is Brendan Farrell. This episode was sponsored by Roach's Pub, Donadee.